وصلت عن طريق لامين يامال. لامين يامال الآن تسديدة ملعوبة خطيرة. لا لا لا
لامين جمال مالوش مثال ولا في الخيال.
And there is the little boy becoming a man. Lamine Yamal, what a story. 16. What were you doing when you were 16?
Para Dani Olmo, que venía cruzando la frontal del área, se va Lamine buscando el remate desde ahí.
Now tell me who doesn't know Lamine Yamal, the sensational wonder kid from Barcelona. People all around the world have been talking about him ever since Euro 2024, where he absolutely went crazy, breaking records, shocking veterans, and making defenders look like cones. But time moves fast, and before we even realized it, the 2024-25 season became the moment where Yamal stopped being just a talented kid and turned into a true football star. His brilliance, his speed of thought, his calm under pressure, the way he dribbles, creates, and decides in a split second, it's something special. And now, everyone's asking the same question. Is Yamal really the one to take the throne after Ronaldo and Messi? But here's where things start to get messy, because when your popularity explodes that fast, the media follows you everywhere. Every headline, every photo, every rumor. It's no longer just about football anymore. We all know Yamal is a Muslim, very close to his grandmother, a humble kid at heart. But when the news broke that the 17-year-old Barcelona star was allegedly dating a 30-year-old woman, Fati Vasquez, during a quiet beach vacation, the story went viral like wildfire. Suddenly, everyone had an opinion. A 17-year-old dating someone 13 years older? Social media went crazy. The media couldn't get enough of it. Every outlet wanted a piece of Yamal. And the question wasn't just, is Yamal the next Neymar now? It became, has fame already started to ruin him? Because fame doesn't just build legends. Sometimes, it tests them. Yamal loved parties, that's just who he was. Go back a year earlier, right after winning the Euro, and you'd see him celebrating in a way that made headlines. Surrounded by friends and bikini-clad women, the photos caused a stir. For some, it was a clash of image and faith. But for many in Europe, it was nothing unusual, just another young star enjoying the moment. It was time for his 18th birthday. Yamal throws a party. The celebration was held at a private estate in Olivella, a small town about 50 kilometers southwest of Barcelona. Guests had to follow strict rules: no phones, no drugs, total secrecy. Only those in his closest circle were invited: family, teammates, influencers, and a few celebrities. Yamal even covered every expense himself. At first, it was meant to be a grand but private celebration and a gangster-themed night filled with over 200 guests. But soon, the headlines changed tone. What began as a glamorous event turned into controversy when reports surfaced that people with dwarfism were hired for entertainment. In response, Spain's Association of Dwarf People publicly condemned the hiring as a violation of disability rights and ethical values. The Spanish Ministry of Social Rights also opened an investigation into potential legal violations. Then the entertainers themselves defended Yamal, stating they were treated with respect and were working legally. An anonymous performer told a Spanish radio station, "No one disrespected us. Let us work in peace." The internet exploded. Critics called it insensitive, fans defended him, and once again, Yamal found himself in the middle of the world spotlight. Not for his goals, not for his talent, but for his choices off the pitch. There was a time when Yamal handled every piece of criticism the best way possible, by letting his football do the talking. Whenever someone threw shade at him online, he'd respond with brilliance on the pitch. People admired that. It became part of his identity. He got addicted to that validation, that feeling of proving everyone wrong. But things slowly changed. Yamal started posting stories on Instagram right before big matches, like against Portugal, PSG, and Real Madrid. It felt like he wanted to send a message that he was ready to conquer the world again. Yet, one by one, those games ended in disappointment. The real storm came when he appeared on the Kings League and casually said that the timing couldn't have been worse, right before El Clásico. The media picked it up instantly, fans went wild, and suddenly Yamal was at the center of another controversy. After the match, which Barcelona lost, the criticism hit hard. Even some Barca fans felt he shouldn't have said that in public. They admired his confidence. Sure, it's rare for an 18-year-old to have that kind of confidence. But at the same time, it raised questions. When confidence starts turning into arrogance, admiration can fade. Nicki Nicole, the woman everyone's been talking about. She's an Argentinian singer, 7 years older than Yamal. Their relationship quickly became the center of attention. Some fans adore them, others not. People say their public affection feels a bit too much, especially considering how young Yamal still is. Ever since he started dating Nicki, fans began noticing something different about him. On the pitch, Yamal just didn't look like the same player he used to be. The magic that once defined him, his sharp dribbles, that fearless runs past 3 or 4 defenders, the creativity in every touch, seemed to fade away. Instead of taking risks, he started playing it safe, passing backward more often, moving slower, less confident. By the start of the 2025 to 2026 season, that spark was gone. People began asking what had happened to the wonder kid who once electrified every stadium. And soon, fingers started pointing toward his personal life. Almost every footballer has someone by their side from a young age. It's nothing new. But with Yamal, the conversation became louder. Was Nicki distracting him, or were people just looking for someone to blame for his sudden dip in form? Away from the pitch, another story was unfolding. One that traced back to his childhood. Yamal's parents had separated when he was still very young. Their presence in his life was always complicated, and many believe that plays a huge role in who he's becoming now. His father, full of energy and pride, often celebrates his son's success like it's his own. But critics say he's too lenient, letting Yamal do whatever he wants without enough discipline. Then came the controversy around his mother. News broke that she'd attend a paid dinner event in London, where fans could meet her for a pricey ticket. The story quickly blew up, and many accused her of chasing fame. Later, it was clarified that she was only invited as a guest, not the one behind the event. Still, the damage was done. Others defended them, saying family matters should stay private. After all, fame doesn't come with a manual, and sometimes the people closest to you can get lost in it too. For Yamal, these moments weren't just tabloid drama. They were signs of how fast his world was changing, and how fragile life can become when success arrives before adulthood. Despite everything the media's been saying about Yamal recently, it turns out he's still been playing through discomfort, a lingering groin pain known as pubalgia. It's not the kind of injury you see from the outside. He might look fine, but inside, it hurts with every sprint, every turn, every shot. On the pitch, it makes him look slower, maybe even uninterested, but that's what pain does. It hides behind silence, while critics twist the story. They don't see how heavy every step feels, or how much effort it takes just to look normal. Pubalgia happens because of overuse and muscle imbalance, especially in young players whose bodies are still developing. It's the kind of injury that comes from giving everything to the game. But there's hope. Lionel Messi suffered the exact same injury in 2016 and managed to make a complete recovery. For Yamal, this could be a defining moment. Lamine Yamal has the kind of gift that makes the world stop for a second. It's all there. The season is still long, and there's plenty of time to rise again. Not just healing his body, but rising above the noise, the judgment, and the endless controversy that follows every rising star. Because in the end, only his feet can silence the world.